All right, a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com, and welcome to Night Moves here, previewing the action for Wednesday, December 17th. And I've got DeAndre Stevenson joining us again here tonight. DeAndre, we got a couple of bowl games tonight. That's great to have two football games. Hey, you nailed that game. It wasn't the uh, most exciting game, but if you like defense and maybe some inept offense, DeAndre, right on board with the victory there yesterday with the Jacksonville State over Troy. But I think the main event was the NBA Cup, DeAndre, and be hard pressed. I'm sorry I talked so down about how the NBA Cup is going to be gone and they're not going to do it anymore because the Knicks sure took it pretty seriously. They looked pretty excited when they won the NBA Cup. I don't think they thought it was something not worth playing for.
Yeah, they wanted that money.
Okay, it was you got it. I was they
They
were having
played for that
fun with
money.
the
We
trophy.
seen Josh Hart doing this on TV. He
Okay,
wanted that
I thought
money.
Cat was like holding the trophy up uh, from the guards, but
Yeah.
yeah, they were probably more excited for the money than the trophy there, I guess. But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it does feel like a good game, and the players seem to like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just listening to too much of the talking heads, and they all want to be uh, negative Nancy about everything, and maybe it didn't work out too well in Vegas. Maybe they need to put it in the home arena of one of the two teams, DeAndre, and that might be a little more exciting for doing something in the middle of the season like that. But does make it kind of fair. And yeah, the Knicks look pretty good there with Brunson, with Cat. Cat had to leave the game but came back. And Wemby did have that minutes restriction as well there. So I don't know if that really affected them, but late in the game, obviously, is when the Knicks kind of took over. So good on the Knicks, and uh, good on us, DeAndre, there with the Spurs and the Knicks there yesterday. Uh, anyways, DeAndre, we're going to cover the couple of games here in college football. We've got the Cure Bowl and the 68 Ventures Bowl. I don't know how, I know that's a company, but they should have called the 6-7 Ventures. I don't even know what that means, but sounds like they should have done that. And we'll also preview two games in the NBA today, and then we got some college games on board, and I'll cover the hockey here at the end of the show. Thank you for joining us in the chat, and we do have our regulars here, including uh, Mr. Westers. He's ready to go. Sports fan is ready to go as well. And anybody else who wants to comment in the chat, let us know. Hey, we're here representing Tony'sPicks.com. This is where you can find our premium picks over at Tony's Picks. DeAndre and I are going to give us some free winners here in just a moment, but you can go over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you'll find our premium picks. Always our best picks are over at Tony's Picks, and pick up our premium pick winners here for the action on Wednesday, including college football and NBA, NHL, and college basketball as well. DeAndre, what do you have planned on the site here on Wednesday?
Yeah, I got my best bet loaded in. We hit our best bet. We hit our Taco Tuesday best bet last night.
Okay.
I got some college plays loaded up for Thursday. I got NFL plays. I got college plays loaded in. So man, we just ready to go. Ready to end the year off strong. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate all the love and the support. Night moves here with Mr. Ramon. Pair us up. Use the code Tony T at checkout. And let's do it, man. Let's print some money, man. Good luck to everybody. Shout out to everybody, man.
Does DeAndre
Mr.
have
4600, Mr. Whiskers. What you say, Mr. Ramon?
4600 in there? Oh, there he is. Yeah, Mr. 4600. All right. He's in there as well. Yep. Oh, I was just saying, you did go with that bowl game as your premium pick winner there yesterday with Jacksonville State. Man, they really held them down there after a while. And then you had Tennessee over Louisville in that big game there on Tuesday night. So check out DeAndre's picks. He's ready to go with a big card there and a big card this weekend, and ready for the NFL action as well. So
And we had a good night move show last night, so let's do it again, man. Let's keep it rolling, man.
For sure. Let's get right to the action. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages. Go to the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, click on their handicapper profile page, and then get signed up. That's how you do it. And follow us over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can see I've had a pretty good run here as well with some winners in the NFL, NHL, NCAA football, and some soccer in there, showing some profit here over the last 30 days. So check DeAndre and I out over at Tony's Picks. Okay, DeAndre, we got our friends here in the chat this morning, and we're going to get to the action here right now in college football today. I've got a couple of bowl games to ask you about, including, so note the start times here, everybody. That's the cool thing, DeAndre, about the bowl season. Get to start our sports betting action a little early, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, for DeAndre time with Old Dominion taking on USF here. DeAndre, USF favored by 2.5 here in this one, up against ODU here. Old Dominion coming in 9-3. They've won 5 straight, allowing less than 10 points per game in those 5 consecutive wins. Meanwhile, South Florida's 9-3, and they've been on a roll too. And I don't know, they were rolling 50 burgers pretty much every week.
Yeah, in this bowl game, it's kind of like both of these teams come in this game with QB issues. So I'm gonna take the under in this spot. I know both of these some good offenses, like you said, they come in hot, but they both of their defense has been solid. South Florida like to run the ball. ODU come in this game 5 games straight to the under, so I think they could stay under the total in this spot.
Okay. Yeah, obviously, the quarterback situation has made this line, shift pretty dramatically here, with Brown being out of this game now for South Florida here. So that's reason why this thing's kind of dipped down here to 2.5 and 52. So maybe it does point a little bit to Old Dominion here, but I still kind of trust this South Florida program too. But, I think the momentum of the betting here rides with ODU a little bit right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take Old Dominion here in this one, grabbing a couple of points here against USF. DeAndre going with the total here in this one, says watch out with the kind of the same situation there with quarterback situation and some of the opt-outs here. Just got to roll a little bit with the under. This one was at 52 now, right? It opened 55.5. So DeAndre going with the under, and I'm going to take Old Dominion here on Night Moves. You guys can comment in the chat as well. And let's see here. Good to see Cal Dog in the chat here tonight. Thank you, Cal.
What up, Cal Dog? How you doing?
Yep.
Good to have you in here tonight, my brother. We got you. You know we got you. Don't worry. We ain't going nowhere.
That one's in Tampa. That one's in the big stadium in Tampa there, or the Camping World Stadium, the USF. They're also playing a little bit of home field. But okay, next up, we're going to Mobile, Alabama. This is a 68 Ventures Bowl with UL Lafayette going to take on Delaware here in this one. DeAndre for UL Lafayette. They're bowl eligible, and both these teams just 6-6 this season. But hey, you're playing in a bowl game. Louisiana's coming in with some momentum. They've won 4 straight after a 2-6 start, so they've been playing pretty well. Although they are 0-3 against the spread as a favorite this year. They've gone over in 8 of their last 10. Meanwhile, for Delaware, it's been a pretty good debut here in 1AA or in 1A ball, and 3-3 is an underdog for Delaware. Last 5 years, the favorites in this bowl are 4-1 against the spread, and the Sun Belt teams are 9-0 straight up, 8-1 against the spread in this bowl. But this year, the Sun Belt teams have done pretty well also against Conference USA teams here. ULL's a favorite, -3. The total is up here to 62.
Yeah, man. I ain't going against my Louisiana boys, man. We seen Delaware give up 59 points to a not good Liberty team. Delaware defense hasn't been good. I think my Raging Cajuns can do damage on the ground. Like Mr. Ramon said, UL won four straight games after starting 2-6. I think they want to end their season off on a good note. So I'm gonna take Lafayette.
Yeah, and the total's gone up here big time, but UL Lafayette has had quite a few overs here this season and of late. They finished with all overs down the stretch. Even when they lost that game to Troy, that went over as well. I know there's been a big 5-point move here, but yeah, you got to figure Delaware. Look, these teams are 6-6, DeAndre, and I get it. Staying home with Louisiana Lafayette, but maybe this one's going to be back and forth anyways. It feels like both teams can get some scoring in. I'm going over 62 here. Probably no value in this one, DeAndre, because like I said, it was you could have got 57, but it seems to me like all signs are kind of pointing to the over here with these two teams on Wednesday night at the 68 Ventures Bowl. All right, and let's see here. Sports fans likes Mintucci to get a big game here over in his passing yards there. So yeah, I'd have to think we're going to be in for a big offensive performance from these two teams. Delaware also went over in their last two games, and they put up 61 points there. DeAndre last time said so. Delaware is the public team here, but DeAndre is on ULL, and I'm going to take the over in this one. All right, good. Hey, any bowl's a good bowl here. Probably does kind of feel like the time should be switched, but that's all right. All right. Here we go, DeAndre. Just two games in the NBA because, they'll get back to action here after the NBA Cup there on Tuesday night. But we're going to have a couple of games, at least a couple of games to roll out here anyway. That'll work. Let's talk about this one here with the Cavaliers taking on the Bulls here early on, or both games, 8:10 Eastern, 5:10 Pacific, and 7:10 DeAndre here. So Chicago's long-term spread form is pretty ugly right now, DeAndre. They've been in a big-time tailspin, but Cleveland also has been struggling here of late, 1-4 ATS in their last 5. So Cleveland does kind of dominate the matchup, DeAndre, but not necessarily covering in all those head-to-heads. So I don't know. Is there any value left on Cleveland here? Because Chicago, it obviously looks very, very bad on the surface, but at least they're a home dog here. Both teams are kind of trending to the under recently here, but head-to-head, it is a kind of an over series. So I leave it to you.
Yeah, man. I'm with Mr. Whiskers in this one, man. I think this is the perfect spot to take the Bulls at home where they play their best ball. I think everybody gonna want to fade them because of their recent play, but in their recent games, they were laying points in those spots. Getting points with the Bulls at home. Cavs still haven't been good at covering these point spreads. We seen them lose to the Hornets outright, laying 11.5. The Wizards covered. They lost outright to the Warriors, laying 8.5. They lost outright to the Blazers, laying 10.5. So I just think that this is a good spot to take the Bulls at home.
I mean, eventually they've got to, they did win, obviously, their game last week, but they were able to beat Charlotte, and then Charlotte came right back and beat them, you said. But let's see here. Andre says White going over in his points there. Nice to see Andre in the chat here. And, well, like you said, I mean, look at this, say 243, and I think I'm, both, like I said, both teams are trending under in their recent games, but I kind of want to go with the head-to-head form in this series actually right now, and I'm going to take the over in this one with Cleveland and Chicago. Man, that is a massive number, but we've seen the high totals here on some of these end up in the 130 to 125 range or so. I'm going to go ahead and go over in this one with the Cavs and the Bulls. Zach's with me on that one. All right. let's keep it moving here. We got another one, DeAndre, with the Grizzlies taking on the Timberwolves here on Wednesday night. Uh, both teams are kind of in relatively okay form. Memphis is in strong form, actually. They're actually coming on of late. I'm kind of thinking of what we saw for several weeks and going back to the old script, but they've actually been pretty hot here, straight up and against the spread. But Minnesota's spread struggles are continuing despite winning games. They're getting points with the hotter covering teams. It seems like, DeAndre, they're going up against teams that are covering and they keep laying more and more, and they usually can't get the cover. Maybe they get the win, but not the cover. What do you think tonight with the Grizz and the Timberwolves?
Yeah, man. Like you said, man, the Memphis been playing competitive. We just seen them go on the road and beat the Clippers outright. Minnesota struggles to cover these big point spreads. They was laying 8.5 to the Suns. They lost outright. They was laying 8.5 to the Clippers, and they only won by 3. So I seen Anthony Edwards on the injury report. So I think Memphis could cover in this spot. I think it's a good spot for Ja Morant and the whole team to just get right and compete in this spot. We know Anthony Ja, that might be the next matchup of the next decade of the NBA. So
Yeah, it might be. Guys are taking a look at the injured list here too, with a lot of names on there here. But Mr. Wesker's not quite sure what's going on with the
I think
maybe.
Spencer having some family issues.
Oh, okay.
I think he having some family issues. I just seen it on Twitter before I got on the show.
Oh, okay. And then a little bit of talk about.
I seen Ann on the injury report too.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Whisker said Ja listed as questionable.
All
Ja
right. Well,
might not play. If Ja might not play, we're gonna get more points with the Grizzlies.
yeah, yeah.
House of
Yes.
disappointment. Still don't want to lay that many points with the Wolves.
Yep. Could Clark make his return here? Yeah, let's see here. Randall over in his PRA. A lot of question marks, it looks like, in this game. But do you think the Grizz, huh?
Yeah, the Grizz. I mean, the Timberwolves been winning. Don't get me wrong, they've been winning. But like I said,
Right.
they don't cover these big numbers. Like I said, lost outright to the Suns, laying 8.5. Beat the Clippers by 3, laying 8.5. We just seen Memphis go on the road and beat the Clippers outright. So
I thought the best injury report was in last game with Rudy Gobert. They said he left because of personal reasons. What was that all about, DeAndre?
not sure, man. Come on, man, Rudy.
All right. Talking about Minnesota not covering these spreads. I mean, Memphis is 4-11 against the spread as an underdog, but again, they're probably playing their best ball of the year right now. Trying to wake up here a little bit, right? And everybody says, "Oh, they're better without Ja." I'd still take them in there, but Clark still questionable for that debut. Yeah, Spencer's out. Konkar still out, Edie still out, and over on the Timberwolves side, you do have Conley out right now, and we'll see about maybe Rudy will grace us with his presence in the game here. I'll take the under in this one. I'll go under 233.5. DeAndre goes with the Grizzlies. All right, well, maybe the fans will show up, won't show up as well. Okay. Good job. Good job there in the NBA. We're going to look at some college ball for Mr. Weskers here, of course. Go to our college looks here for the action on Wednesday. We're going to start top of the board here, I think is a good place to start with the Northern Iowa Panthers taking on the Illinois Chicago Flames. Here in this one, DeAndre, you got Northern Iowa coming in here as a road favorite in this one. Favored in this one by 4, and the total here 136 in this one, DeAndre.
Yeah, man.
Uh-oh.
You hear me? Good?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take UIC with the points at home, and you and I shoot 65% from free throw. UIC shoot 78% from the free throw, so they're the better shooting free throw team. This is a conference opener game. I think UIC is going to get up for this game and come out ready to compete. So I'm going to take the home dog in this one.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely Illinois, Chicago with that 4-game losing streak right now, but Northern Iowa's lost 2 out of their last 3 as well here. And UIC did cover against Belmont last time out as a 12.5-point dog. They did get the money in that one. They haven't been a great cover for sure, but they're at home here getting the points. So I'm going over in this one. UNI is 2-7 to the over so far, but UIC 6-3 to the over. They're 3-1 to the over as a dog. I'm going to go over here with Northern Iowa and Illinois, Chicago. DeAndre says take those points with Illinois, Chicago at home on Wednesday. All right, and folks can comment in the chat as well. We do have those. We have Andre here on Northern Iowa, and no, that was DeAndre turning in his demon voice, I think, there on the microphone. Hey, what else here? Hi! Oh, look at that! Look at Heist the Bookie. There he is, everybody. Good to see him in there.
How you doing, Solo? Welcome. How you doing,
No,
Mr. Solo?
right there, joining us. It's good to see him. There, Cal Dog liking the over. And Mr. Wesker says about that 4-game losing streak. Yeah, the last win was back on November 22nd when they beat.
That just mean the team should be motivated to come out and want to win the game. I mean, let's think about it. We playing sports and we just losing. Eventually we gonna want to win. Eventually, I'm just saying, man. Eventually, gosh.
Yeah, look, they've won a couple of games at home here so far. That one against Southern Indiana.
Yeah, and at home conference opener, this is a good spot,
Okay, they didn't cover in that game against Southern Indiana, but they did get the win. So let's at least be fair about it. Okay, here we go. You're talking conference ball. I've got a good conference game for you right here, DeAndre. This is one of the top games of the night for sure. The biggest conference game of the night, it feels like, here with Creighton going into Cincinnati, taking on Xavier here in this one. Creighton, uncharacteristic, 5-5 right now. Xavier, meanwhile, they're hot here coming in. They're 8-3, but they're on a winning streak here, including wins over Montana State, in city rival Cincinnati, St. Francis, Corpus Christi, West Virginia. It doesn't matter, good or bad, they beat them all right now. And Creighton's having trouble with these spreads here at this point.
Yeah, man. This is a true home game for Xavier. Xavier coming to this one on a 5-game win streak. Conference home game. Creighton beat Oregon by 10, but then we seen Kansas State run Creighton out the gym. I'm gonna take Xavier in this spot because I think they got the home court advantage. And they also coming into this game hot. I think they want to keep it rolling. And like you said, this is definitely not the same Creighton team. So I'm gonna lean towards Xavier in this game.
All right, on the Musketeers, DeAndre says go ahead and lay it with Xavier here on Wednesday night against Creighton in Big East play. And for me, I'm going to take the under here in this one. The series is definitely a bit of an under run here of late. I think Creighton's totals also here. They have been going over a little bit for the season right now, but the last game against Montana State was a pretty serious under. I'm taking the under in this one with Creighton and Xavier here, and DeAndre likes XU over Creighton. All right, and the chat might chime in here with Zach Rossi liking Xavier. Andre says Xavier and under. Cal Dog on Xavier. Mr. Wesker's on Xavier. That's a consensus. Everybody likes Xavier. I better write
down. Squad. Let's go.
I always write down DeAndre's picks, but this one I'm going to write down the chat.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Jerry's in the chat. He's a little bit behind us there. He's on the football portion, but hi to Jerry when he gets there. When he gets to this point,
What's
hi.
up, Jerry? How you doing? Appreciate all the love and the support.
We'll hear from Jerry in about 5 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to the extra board here, DeAndre. We're going to look at an interesting matchup here with the Siena Saints here taking on the Vermont Catamounts on Wednesday. All right. For Siena here coming in, they are a 1-point dog in this one. They come in with a 9-2 record. They're on a pretty good winning streak here right now, DeAndre. Beat Eastern foes, Canisius, Niagara, Maine, American, Long Island. Man, they're just taking on all comers here and on a pretty good run. But meanwhile, for Vermont, they've won a couple in a row here over Merrimack, and they won. They were out on the West Coast swing. They beat Pepperdine. What do you see here? A closely rated game with Siena and Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont at home, I think is a nice spot for them. Getting a good price with them as a pick 'em. I think Siena played down to their competition. We seen Vermont be competitive at home versus Yale. They lost by 3, but they covered the 6.5. So I'm gonna take Vermont at home coming in this game. Siena is on a win streak coming into this game, and they're still the underdog. So I'm gonna trust what the line is telling me and take Vermont.
All right, Vermont it is for DeAndre here on Wednesday over Siena in this one. Yeah, so far 3-1 against the spread for Vermont so far. No doubt that Siena's done a pretty good job here. They're 4-1 against the spread on the road. For me, I think both teams kind of trending under here so far, particularly Siena. They're 3-8 to the under so far. Vermont is an over trending team, but at home they've already had 2 overs and just 2 unders here. So I'm taking the under with Siena and Vermont here on Wednesday night. All right, one more we've got on our list here. Let's take a look at Chattanooga here on the road, taking on Bellarmine in this one. We're still on the extra board. You got Chattanooga here, a favorite on the road by 1.5, and the total here at 149 in this one, DeAndre, with Chattanooga here against Bellarmine. What do you think in this one?
Yeah, Chattanooga defense is bad. I think that this is a home spot for Bellarmine.
Yep.
They've been competitive. Chattanooga is not good on the road. I feel like this is a revenge spot because they lost to Chattanooga last year. They come into this game 5-0 ATS.
Oh,
They lost their last game by 4 at home, but they got the backdoor cover. So I think that they're searching for a win in this spot.
Bellarmine, you say?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, Chattanooga's they're a good road cover dating back to last year, but you're right. Bellarmine here, a good spread record so far, and they are a dog. They've been good as a dog as well. So I think I'm going to trend myself to the under here right now, mostly because Chattanooga versus the Atlantic Sun, they do kind of go under against these teams, and they are 1-4 to the under as a favorite here so far. So I'm going to take the under here with Chattanooga and Bellarmine. Chattanooga just did go over, but they got rocked by Auburn. In games they played a lesser competition, it went under. For example, the loss to Southeast Missouri, the loss to Tennessee State, and the win over North Alabama were all under games. So I think I'd put Bellarmine more in that category than the Auburn category. You know that, and I know that as well. So give me the under here with Chattanooga and Bellarmine on Wednesday night. And let's see if the chat likes this game with us. Let's see here. Oh, they did have some comments there with that other game, but let's see. Maybe Andre might be on the under here in this one. Hey, thanks to the chat and thanks to DeAndre for taking a look at some college basketball with us. Stay tuned. I'm going to have some hockey picks coming up, but DeAndre, thanks again here. Enjoy the sports betting on Wednesday and let us know what's going on over at Tony's Picks.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody tonight, man. Kyle Dog, Mr. Whiskers, Jerry Jones, Cal Dog, my man Tony Capper over here, solo at Tony's Picks. Check him out. Um, Appreciate all the love, all the support, man. Y'all keep showing up, and we're gonna keep delivering, man. Night moves. This is what we do, you know. Appreciate all the love and the support. I ain't got my thing on side me to where I could look in the chat because it was dead. So I'm letting it charge right now. So my bad if I miss your name, but I see Zach.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a couple of them in there. Cow Dog,
Cal
Sport.
Dog, yeah.
Yeah,
Sports fan. Y'all show up each and every night. I love it, man. I love it. Y'all show up each and every night for us. Y'all show up. So let's just think about it. Y'all getting the best lines, the best moves, you know. So by the time everybody else wake up, man, these lines are gone. These lines are gone. So y'all got the best action, you know. But I got my plays loaded at Tony's Picks. I got my best bet.
here we go. Let me bring that up. Sorry, Beyonder. There, I was trying to make sure we
You,
say hello to
yeah,
everyone.
you good. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I got my best bet at Tony'sPicks.com. We ready to go for Wednesday. We trying to keep it rolling. We trying to go 3-0 on the best bets. So load us up. Use the code Tony T at checkout. Pair me and Mr. Ramon up. Use the code Tony T 15%. And good luck everybody, man. Y'all, Mr. Ramon got y'all with the hockey. So we'll see y'all back over here at Night Moves again, man. Let's make it a winning day. Good luck everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Thank you, DeAndre. Great job, DeAndre Stevenson of Tony'sPicks.com. And great to have him here giving us those picks here tonight. So we're going to get ready to go here with the hockey action. And man, at least we got some football and some hockey here, but we do have a great college basketball card. Make sure you're hooking up with us over at Tony's Picks. I'll be knee deep in more college basketball on Wednesday, and so will DeAndre. It seems like they're tomorrow. So all right, appreciate everyone in the chat. And there's Jay's Ride and Shine in the chat. Nice to see Jay in there as well. All right, I'm going to get here with the hockey action on Wednesday night. We've got just 5 games here on the card that I'm going to look over here right now after, we were able to come through with a few winners here last night on night moves here with the good card there with the big Wednesday night card here. We did have several winners on the show here last night, including the Blackhawks and the Maple Leafs game under. We gave you Detroit here as a favorite last night. We also had Columbus. Said, why is Columbus favored? Yeah, it went 4-3 in overtime, but they still got it done in that one. Only one overtime game on Tuesday night, kind of ruining our percentage of regulation draws there, overtime games. They've been such a profitable thing to follow here. Actually, we also had under in the Flyers and the Canadians last night. We had the Canucks on the road. I had a lot of winners here on night moves last night, huh? Also, late night, we had the Avalanche, of course, in that game. The Avalanche kept rolling here over Seattle. Doesn't matter who they play. It was a 5-3 win there in that one. So, hey, let's get it done here on Wednesday with 5 games on the betting card. Andre had Ducks on the puck line. Mr. Wester says, don't fade the Sharks. Let's get to the first game here. And all right, get it started here right now with, there we go. We got the Kings on the road here taking on the Panthers in this one. The Panthers are favored here, $1.40. Man, everyone giving up on the Panthers right now? I don't know. They're starting to play pretty well here. 17-13-2 right now. Winners of 2 straight, but the streak has been even a little bit more solid than that here of late. They've really been doing a nice job here over the last couple of weeks for sure right now. Florida's been one of the steadier teams going here of late. They've won 5 of their last 6 games overall. The Kings are just 1-5 overall in their last 6 on the road. For the Kings here, they've gone under in 6 of their last 8 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under, and this head-to-head is also kind of an under between these two teams, even though they meet just twice a year. The two teams did meet in their first matchup already this season, and Florida won at LA by the score of 5-2 there. So, oh man, this one's sitting there at five, another 5.5 here, with the Kings. I mean, uh, maybe it's going to be a little bit tough in this one to want to go under. I usually do in a game such as this, but I'm going to go ahead and take Florida in this one to get it done. I'll take the favorite here over my Kings at $1.40 or so here. And like I said, you do have Florida playing well here of late, coming in with wins over Tampa Bay, Dallas, some pretty good teams there. Islanders, they're playing well. They did beat Utah on the road. They did lose to Colorado, but who doesn't? And for LA, they're 3-7 to the under as an underdog. That also might be considered. Just 5.5 here came a little bit close. I mean, you knew we were going to have a 5.5, I think, in this game, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Panthers as a favorite here in this one. Hey, you guys are welcome to comment here in the chat on the hockey card tonight, and we have. Thank you, DeAndre. Really appreciate him as always joining us. Man, I gotta. He's got to wait for me to get here, and thank you to DeAndre for always being there for me. All right, Zach's on Florida. Andre here on the Panthers in this one. Florida's going to keep it going, says Cal Dog. That's what I feel like. I mean, this is a nice game, right? I mean, taking on the Kings and everything, who's also got pretty strong record. I didn't mean to bury him a little bit, 14-9-9, but they've lost 3 in a row coming in. And sometimes on the road, it gets a little tough for the Kings. They already have road losses here recently to Seattle and Dallas, and they all lost to Calgary at home for 3 straight losses here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take Florida.
Major line move.
Next up, the Mammoth are on the road here, taking on the Detroit Red Wings. The Mammoth are coming in off of a loss, but they did have a 2-game winning streak before that. They got beat up pretty good last night by Boston, so they are coming in here on the back-to-back. That's going to make it a little bit tough. You got Velmica here in the goal, and Boston, like I said, they won that game 4-1 to snap the 2-game winning streak of Utah. They did win against Seattle and Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, for Detroit here, a pretty good run right now. A couple more wins here over Chicago and the Islanders here of late. They're now 19-12-3. They're playing pretty solid here, and it's still a kind of a reasonable number here. I believe the Sharps are on the Mammoth here. I don't know. I can't maybe justify coming on a back-to-back. Yeah, maybe because they lost and now Velmica's at least in here in this one, but Utah's gone over in 4 of its last 5 games coming in. Detroit's gone over in 4 of its last 5 games at home. And Detroit has had a bit of an understretch here of late, but they're still 10-7 to the over at home overall. And Utah's 9-5 to the over as an underdog. I know Detroit, they've won 5 of their last 6, and Utah's gone 3-10 straight up in their last 13 on the road. I'm going to go ahead and take the over in this one between Utah and Detroit. And, that Detroit price is not bad at all. I mean, but Utah, coming off a loss on the back-to-back. It's easy to want to fade them here, but that is kind of is it a tarp? Seems like that price is pretty tricky at $1.25 or $1.30 here with a solid Detroit team playing well right now. Detroit, they do have some, injury factors here for sure right now with Kane is out of this game. That's probably a little bit of a factor too, as far as the information is concerned. See what you guys have in the chat though here, if anything in this one. Red Wings 4-2 says Andre, and Let's see here. Can the Red Wings win a third in a row? And Mr. Westwood says, I never take teams after 2 straight wins because no one in this league can win 3 in a row unless you're the Colorado Avalanche, right? All right. I'm going to take the over in this one, but the Sharps are kind of my algorithm over here, the computer that I use to calculate my rating says this is a good spot for Utah, but I don't think I can pull the trigger myself, much less recommend it on a popular YouTube sports betting channel like Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 50,000 subscriber juggernaut. All right, next up, the Hurricanes are on the road taking on Nashville. Talk about teams that can win 3 in a row. The Hurricanes are hot again. They've won 4 straight. They're 21-9-2 right now. Nashville's won 3 of 4 and coming in off of a win over St. Louis coming into this one. The Hurricanes are 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games. Overall, they're 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games on the road here. Still a pretty big favorite against this Nashville team, which hasn't been awful, but they are 6-16 straight up as an underdog. Carolina 10-19 is a puck line favorite. Nashville 11-11 is a puck line dog. I think for me, I'm going to look here to the over in this one. Nashville's gone over in 9 of their last 11 games, over in 5 straight at home, and over in 4 of the last 5 meetings against Carolina, including the meeting just 11 days ago when Carolina won this one 6-3. So give me another over here in this one with Carolina and Nashville here on Wednesday night. And we'll see if the chat can the Blues can lose. Here's 4-3 from Andre. Says the Canes will win. Cal dog liking the over. I think here with me. It's a good hockey card here tonight. Look, we definitely brought home a profit here on the show yesterday. Wasn't a overwhelming sweep, but I think we can do it here again. Zach Rossi, Canes on the puck line. That probably not a bad call there right now. The Canes are pretty much in a pretty strong groove, and it's a pretty good price. Just, Nashville's been as bad as they've been. They're actually, 13, 15, and 4 here right now. Cal Dog says they can do it. Nashville's made a nice little comeback here. A couple of wins over St. Louis, of course. They beat Colorado as well. And they are 8-8 at home. Carolina, those 10-4 on the road this season. In fact, the Carolina Hurricanes are actually 10-4-1 on the road. Meanwhile, for Nashville, they are 8-8-2 at home. So I'm going to go over, though, in this one. Okay, you guys are talking St. Louis Blues hockey in there, and let's get to it with the Winnipeg Jets on the road taking on St. Louis. A couple of struggling clubs right now. Winnipeg 15-15-2. They coming in here off of a loss here last time out to Ottawa. They did beat Washington before that, but that was only to snap kind of a losing streak here right now. Winnipeg's been a pretty good favorite this year, though. They are 14-9 as a favorite. The Blues, meanwhile, come in here off of a loss at home to Nashville. They did edge Chicago at home as a slight underdog, and they also, before that, got blasted by Nashville again and Boston here. So been a little bit of a struggle here for St. Louis of late. The Jets have won 15 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams overall, and the Blues are just 6-12 at home, dating back to last season, 6-8 at home this year. Both teams have gone over in 4 of their last 5, and 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over here. This is the first meeting of the season between these two. The over has come in 5 of the last 6 in St. Louis when they have hosted Winnipeg here. But I think I'm going to take the favorite here in this one with the Jets on the road. little too pricey maybe to want to recommend them as a premium here. So let me give it out as the play. I'm going to go ahead and take the favorite in this one and take the Jets on the road against the Blues right now. Jets are 7-8-1 on the road overall, down 2.5 units, but St. Louis is down over 6 1/3 units at home so far this season. With a 6-8-4 record at home. They've been a big time money burner. So I'm going to go ahead and take Winnipeg in this one. Mr. Weskers is on the Jets here. Andre says 4-2 Blues. And Greg says 3-2 Blues. This one's got to go under here between these two. Maybe. I don't know, man. Both these teams have been putting up some overs here of late, especially Winnipeg. Like I said, you don't even need to know that every Canadian team is an over-trending team. Winnipeg might be the lesser of the Canadian teams. I will say this, that St. Louis has an underdog at home, though, 6-12 to the under. That stands out. Cal Dog on Winnipeg as well. All right, I got just one more game, and then the show's over. Man, time flies here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And we got the Devils on the road here, taking on Vegas Golden Knights, and the Knights are heating up again, coming in here off a couple of wins over Philly and Columbus, but they're winning. They're not blowing teams out. Certainly, they're not covering puck lines. I know that, and they're $1.85 here. That might be a little high. It might be down to $1.75 here right now in this one with Vegas taking on New Jersey here. In this one for New Jersey here, they come in off of a loss to Vancouver at home. They were just on a 3-game homestand where they also lost to Tampa Bay, but they did beat Anaheim. Still, they come in here 18-14-1. Pretty decent season so far. Vegas, 16-6-9, looking good here in first place, tied for first. Anaheim caught them again, so they're running neck and neck right now. Are the Golden Knights and the Devils. Golden Knights have won 6 of their last 7, and the Devils have gone 2-7 straight up in their last 9. New Jersey's gone under in 5 of their last 7. Vegas has gone under in 4 of their last 5, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under, including Vegas's 3-0 win at New Jersey just 12 days ago. So, those are a lot of under trends, but let's see, man, always a loser of this game for the last 4 meetings has only had 1 goal in between them. So let me go to the chat here on the last game before I make a pick in this one. All right, let's see here. Devils for Andre, and Greg likes Vegas 4-2. Can the Devils get this offense going here like they did in the previous? They only scored 1 goal against Vancouver, but we're getting 4 games before that. Cal Dog does like the over. Yeah, my numbers are saying go over in this one, but man, we usually see defense here the last few meetings between the two. Zach's on BGK. And let's see, the Devils have gone to, maybe they went to, there's no Atlanta Flames anymore, so the Devils can't go down to Georgia. I know that. Cal Talk, so it says the Devils have gone to 6 feet under. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one. Like I said, to me, I just feel like, New Jersey's an under trend right now. Vegas is an under trend right now. And the head-to-head in this series and the 3. Here's the last 4 games in this series: 3-0, 2-0, 3-1, and 3-1. We know that both teams have been, pretty solid here over the last couple years for sure. Devils are 9-7 to the over on the road, 8-5 to the over as a dog. So I don't mind what Cal Dog is saying. VGK still 9-6 to the over at home, but recently here for sure, there's been some unders. Vegas under in 2 straight, New Jersey under in 2 straight as well. I'm going to take the under in this one. All right, I guess that's it for Night Moves, everybody. Thank you so much for spending an hour here with us, myself and DeAndre Stevenson. I'd like to thank DeAndre for making time in the middle of the night to come by and hang out here and give us some plays here. Cal Dog went 4-2 in that one. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Night Moves. Going to be a great night with one of the biggest Thursday night football games of the season with the Rams and the Seahawks. There's a bowl game tomorrow as well here, so that should be great as they have the uh, Xbox Bowl. And the great thing about the Xbox Bowl, I'm pretty sure all the players get Xboxes. So I know they don't want to take that bowl away. That'll probably still be a pretty good bowl. Missouri State and Arkansas State. Gal Dog, thank you. Sports Fan, thank you. Zach Ross, thank you. Really appreciate everybody in the chat here joining me on Night Moves. Don't forget to join Tony and the panel for the Tony's Picks Morning Show, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Tony has a group of our handicappers going over the day's action. It should be a good sports betting card on Wednesday with the college football bowls. And also, don't forget to hang out with Rod in the happy hour at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. It's got panelists there going over the prime time action with late breaking picks from the crew. And don't forget to join Vegas Al right here before our show. Vegas Al usually comes your way at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific time or so with his takes on the game as well. So I want to thank everybody here for joining me in the chat. We'll be back tomorrow with more Night Moves here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.